stream, the overlay one. We're going to start over.
All right, ready?
Bruce, go. Oh, we're getting ready?
Yeah.
Yes. See if you can do a white balance on it. So you know how to do that?
Welcome to 4GibsonTigers.tv.
I can't hear you. Echo.
I'm not on?
I can't hear anything. We got a
Streaming.
Yeah, we got an echo too.
the commentator's on.
Welcome to 4GibsonTigers.tv. This is Joseph Dean. Here's my partner Bruce French next to me, and we're here in Poteau, ready to start some good football.
Hope so. I think it's going to be, Tigers coming off a good win against Stillwell last week. And Poteau pretty much decimated Salisaw, I think 50-6, something like that is bad. Poteau, I think top 5, or they? I need to keep up with my stuff, but they're a good football team. But I think Fort Gibson's an improved football team.
Yeah, Poteau. They're gonna be challenging Fort Gibson tonight for sure. I looked at a little bit their offense the first 4 games here. Their quarterback, 941 yards so far, 9 touchdowns. Their running back, 483 yards. So they're pretty multi-dimensional. They can kind of attack you from every side. They've got a lot of receivers, a lot of depth there. This quarterback, Jet Pitchford, he's going to have a lot of weapons tonight against this Fort Gibson defense, and so we're going to have to stay on our toes tonight.
Yes, that's a lot of real estate in 4 games, trust me. And really, think about it. I mean, this is halfway. We're halfway through the season. Doesn't seem possible. Seems like we only been doing this a couple of weeks, but anyway.
All right, we got our keys to the game here. The first one is the line of scrimmage. We talked about this Poteau O-line is really good.
Yeah.
They've done a great job this year of getting to the second level, pushing those blocks forward. So Fort Gibson's going to have to win the line of scrimmage battle tonight. They're going to have to. The D-line is going to have to push through, keep pushing that O-line back, and then we're going to have to do it on the other side, on the Fort Gibson offense.
That's true. And just looking at, the Poteau team across sidelines here, I don't know, probably 50, 60 kids. And they're going to have more depth, as pretty much everybody we play has more depth than we have this year. But, yeah, our defensive linemen are going to have to get hands on those guys and keep them off our linebackers. Let our linebackers run and make tackles. To be a lineman, whether it's offensive or defensive, you've got to be unselfish. And so what they're going to have to do is keep those O-linemen from getting to that second level you're talking about.
The second key to the game is the play in the secondary. We kind of saw a little bit against especially Berry Hill and some with Wagner that the Fort Gibson secondary kind of got beat on the back end a little bit. And so with this quarterback, as good as he is for Poteau, our secondary is going to have to come to play tonight.
Yes.
A big part of that will probably be Woodworth. Woodworth has really come on strong in the last couple games.
He has. He's Tavian Woodworth has had just an outstanding season. Pretty good job that time by the special teams, which, you know, last week obviously got better, but we're playing a much better football team than we played last week. So going to have to be on their toes tonight.
And then the third key to the game was the return game. For Gibson, this Poteau kicker, I've kind of read a little bit. He's pretty good, so I think he's already had 6 touchbacks this year on kickoff, so he likes to kick it deep. So our return game is going to have to be ready for some big plays here in this game.
Yeah, Poteau, these guys, this coaching staff down here, there have been several good coaching staffs down here. They do a good job. They always have a lot of kids, and here comes the counter Trey right off the bat, and he's that was a pretty good lick he put on Codell Ford. Yeah, we got to get that shut down. We can't let those linemen turn up on us like that. Kick us out, turn up and kick out. That's what you just can't do. You got to get back there and create a pile in the backfield. You can't give them 6-7 yards, you know, a down.
That running back, Francis, number 2, we've watched a little bit of tape on him, and he's doesn't have a super exceptional speed, but he's a really hard runner, loves contact, and we just kind of saw that right there.
Poteau's got a long history of those kind of backs. I mean, and here, that was really pretty good defense that time. You just can't give people 2nd and 3. You know, they're going to make a first down more times than not in that situation. So Tigers going to have to do a better job on first down. And I'll look for Poteau to run that counter tray again, maybe coming right back to this trips to their boundary. Wouldn't shock me a little bit.
Here's the snap. Poteau lined up in the shotgun. Got 4 receivers out here, and the Poteau receivers, this quarterback's thrown to 7 or 8 different guys this year. He hasn't really thrown to 1 or 2. He has a bunch of different guys that he uses when he throws it to it.
Yeah, right now Poteau winning the battle up front. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. They're a seasoned football team. Don't know how many seniors, but I'm assuming they have a bunch with that many kids standing on the sidelines. So for Gibson, we'll have to make some adjustments.
There's Gavin Beaver there on the sideline. Looks like he's going to be out today.
Yeah, Gavin, I just feel for that kid. 2 years in a row now. 3 years in a row, I think. 2, I know. Just got a bum knee. There's the quarterback. And whole bunch. See Lawson, Johnson.
Lawson's going to be one of those guys on the D line that's really going to have to help us win that battle in the trenches.
Yes. And Carson Ladd may be in on that tackle as well. So 3rd and short here. Chance for the Tigers perhaps get a negative yardage play here and shut this drive down would be awesome.
Here's the snap. Quarterback's going to take it himself. Pitchford's going to run to the left. Looks like he's going to be dragged down by, looks like, Jaden Graves there.
Yep, Jaden Graves, freshman. Come up from that free safety spot. It's a good job. You just don't want your free safety making a whole lot of tackles in the game because that means they're into your secondary.
Yeah.
You like for those linebackers and D linemen to make most of those tackles.
Jaden Graves got quite a bit of playing time last game against Stillwell, and looks like he's getting some early this time. So look for him to maybe step up as the season goes along.
Yeah. Yeah, going to be a good player. Pirates going to go from no-huddle offense here. Not really a hurry-up offense, but a no-huddle offense. Don't know. It seems to be taking a long time. Almost looks like, I don't know, little mix-up down there. Sure had a lot of time for that play, I'll tell you. Good look at head coach Greg Whiteley. His 3rd year for the Tigers.
Here's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Francis.
Yeah, it's a tough run. Tough run again. Lawson and Ladd in on that tackle. Lawson and Ladd, both busy guys already in this game, and that's okay. Those are the guys you want making the tackles. So Pirates.
Looks like the ball's on the 41-yard line, about 2nd and 6 in for Gibson territory. The Pirates lining up a lot in the shotgun here, and they're going to snap it, and they're going to throw it.
There's pressure. That's a screen. Going to be a flag on the play. Pretty good defense right there. Really good job by the Tigers sniffing out that screen. Anytime those D linemen go scot-free like that, you better stop and start chasing the other direction because that's going to be a screen. See what this call is going to be. Sideline warning. Yeah, that's one thing about it. You got that many kids on the sideline, you just have that many more chances of getting a warning or a penalty. So this is not a bad situation here for the Tigers. 3rd and long 4. Defense needs to make a big play. And I don't know, it seems like it's taking Poteau a long time to get those plays called, and seems like they're getting a long time, but yeah, they've snapped it with about 4 seconds, and he's on the corner. That's not good. He's
going to sneak around there, pick up the first down.
Yeah, that time Poteau did a good job of just kind of washing us down over there and made a soft corner, and that's not a good thing.
Woodworth there on the tackle. Woodworth's going to play a big part in this game, especially with that. As far as that their O-line getting to our 2nd level, we're just going to have to creep up a little bit out of the safety position and kind of stop some of that.
And then the bad thing about that is that's when they kind of give the old play-action fake, and you look up and there's a guy 5 yards behind you in the secondary, and that's never a good thing.
So for Gibson looks like 4 on the line here. Looks like 3 in the box.
That's going to be a little tunnel screen, and that was kind of a dangerous pass, not probably ill-advised that time. That's the kind of pass going to be picked off and for a pick 6. So this is the first time no gain for the Poteau Pirates in their all-black unis. Never seen them in that. It's kind of a new twist, I guess.
For Gibson here doing a good job so far of kind of neutralizing their offense a little bit, making them run the ball.
Yeah, I hate to even say it, I really do, but no huge plays yet. There's a counter tray, and they get in, kicked out, and turned up on the linebacker, and boy, you've got, as a defensive end, you've got to crash that and cause a pile right there and cause the back to bounce or reverse field or something. You can't give them that crease there, or it's going to be a long night for the Tigers.
So Poteau here on the 20-yard line, knocking on the door already.
It's just straight dive. Pretty plain Jane stuff there. I guess the down box, I don't know, it keeps defaulting to 4th down. I wish that were true, but it's 2nd and about 6 maybe. You look over there, and every down it's 4th down. I don't know what the deal is.
So like you said, Poteau's taking a long time here again.
They have. This is the kind of stuff, you watch the OU Army game. This is what Army did to OU, just kept the ball. Oh, and that's just a nice play.
That's a good catch right there.
Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty good coverage. Almost stripped the ball.
So that's going to be a touchdown for Poteau. They're going to go up 6-0. That was, I didn't really see anything wrong with that. He just made a great play.
Yeah, he was in good position. Looks like it's going to be a holding call, though. Looks like that's going to come off the board. Not that it's been put up yet, but yeah, that's holding against Poteau. So Tigers, they dodge a bullet there. Even on a penalty, and even if it's Poteau, that was just a pretty nice catch. Pretty good concentration and hand-eye coordination on the part of the receiver. So I guess it's going to be, 2nd and 5 again for the Pirates. Again, Tigers get a break, a huge break.
Ball snap. They're going to hand it off. Going to cut to the left side, and they're going to get dragged down. Looks like Ben Johnson was on the play there.
Gilkey almost on that tackle. It's like Blair Gibson checking in for the Tigers.
So that's going to be a first down, and so Poteau's going to have first and goal here.
Yeah, first and goal from about the 8. Tigers going to have to really dig in.
They're going to hand it off again. He's going to cut to the right side and finds a hole.
Yeah, that was just too easy. That was just too easy. Right now, Poteau offensive line taking it to Fort Gibson defense.
So what can you do as a D line to try and stop that, to try and prevent that from happening?
Well, I mean, we always, coached our kids, get your hands on that offensive lineman. He's going to take you to the football. What they're doing is just blocking down and kicking out, basically, or blocking back and kicking out. So, you got to get linebackers in those holes. You cannot let those offensive linemen run free to the linebackers. You just can't do it. We're going to be. People think that, when that defensive lineman gets in the backfield, he's done a real good thing, but 9 times out of the 10, the ball has already passed him. So you got to play on the line of scrimmage. You got to keep your pads square, and you got to play off those offensive linemen. But go ahead.
Yeah, Poteau here is just going to keep running it. They're going to keep taking it to Fort Gibson. They're not going to throw it with the success that they've had getting to that second level.
Yeah, and I still think, the Tigers, there's plenty of time. I mean, it's not time to panic, but it is time to, answer the call. I mean, you gotta slow them down eventually. And to me, the best way to do that would be to take this ball and drive it right back down their throat.
So what are we looking for this Fort Gibson offense?
Well, I mean, we have to run the football. We got to throw it a little bit. We got to be able to run the football. Again, I like Robbie Allen's courage. I think he's a good player, but he's typically when you're a senior, if you're playing quarterback, you've been throwing that football for 4 years. Well, Robbie hasn't been doing that, and it doesn't just happen overnight. Ideally, you'd like to get him out in space and give him a pass run option, get people out of his face. But, I'm sure this Poteau football team is going to be pretty well coached, and they're going to try to keep him from doing that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Again, a lot of the same guys that were playing on defense are out there on offense right now. In fact, nearly all of them.
Yeah.
See, Poteau's got nobody beyond 8 yards of the football.
Fort Gibson's going to hand it off to Tavian Woodworth.
That's not a bad play.
Pick up a couple yards.
Yeah, take a look next time at the defensive alignment of Poteau. They may loosen up a little bit here on second and long, but they had 11 players within 7 yards of the football. So you've got to be able to throw against that. You've got to loosen them up somehow.
Yeah, Poteau's going to be on guard for the running game, especially after what Tavian Woodworth did last game.
Yeah.
273 yards rushing on 4 touchdowns. So,
yeah, and there's still nobody beyond 7 yards of that football. Now, the bad thing or the good thing, if you're a Fort Gibson fan, is if you get behind them, somebody like Tavian Woodworth is going to outrun him to the end zone. So I think it's pretty impressive to me that we just got a first down and 2 downs against basically 11 people in the box. I mean, that's pretty much what you're looking at.
Yeah.
Their corners and free safety are playing more like linebackers.
Yeah. So
Well, they backed off. Yeah, they're still all pretty tight in there.
Robbie Allen's going to cut out and throw it to his left. Looks like Tavian Woodworth is a target there, but it's going to go overhead.
Yeah, and really, that was pretty good coverage. There was nobody really open that time. Nobody just stood out in my mind. But just throwing the ball lets them know, hey, we can at least throw the football downfield.
It's going to be 2nd and 10 here on the 43-yard line. Another a big part of that passing game is going to be Carson Ladd. He's been the main target for Robbie Allen this year.
Yeah, and they're going to – don't think Poteau doesn't know that either. I can assure you they do. There you go. See, you got 8 black jerseys within, feet of the football.
Yeah.
So it's just it's a matter of math. You don't have to be a mathematician to know that 6 guys can't block 8 guys.
2-yard loss on the play. He brings up 3rd down and long for the Pirate defense.
Yeah, this is where Fort Gibson does not want to be. This is a dangerous position for the Tigers to be in with the style of offense that we run. And this is what I was talking about, getting Allen out in space.
Robbie Allen's going to throw it deep. Almost got picked off. Target Codell Ford there, but so that's going to be 4th down.
Yeah, I'm pretty impressed right now with the secondary of the Pirates. Of course, that was an obvious passing situation, but they've been in pretty good position, to tell you the truth. So the Tigers going to have to punt, and defense is going to have to get a stop eventually.
Zan Hazen out to punt. Zan's done a pretty good job so far this season.
Zan's a good athlete. He's a good kicker. Tigers going to shift. Good pressure. Oh, boy. Yeah, that's not good.
Ball's going to bounce out about the 46-yard line. It looks like it's about a 10-yard kick there.
Yeah, Fort Gibson may have to stay in that max protect punt formation. I know they're wanting to get people out there to go make the tackle, but, boy, you got to get it kicked first. That's very unfortunate for the Tigers. Puts the defense in a tough spot.
So Poteau's going to have great field position here.
Yeah.
48-yard line, Fort Gibson territory.
Yeah, when you start your offensive drive in the other team's camp, that just gives you that much more momentum as an offensive team. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised to see Poteau go to the end zone right here. I will not be shocked.
And this team is very capable of doing that.
Yeah, and they're in a tight formation, which makes it even more of a surprise attack. And there goes a wide out. Yeah, they're gonna go to the end zone. He's gonna be wide open.
Nobody around to touch him. Poteau's gonna score again.
Yeah, that's not the pass I was talking about. I was talking about throwing to the end zone. That was a busted assignment. All there is to it. Somebody didn't pick up the back out of the backfield. Probably going to be a linebacker or a free safety vacating his third. I don't know. Didn't really see what we were doing in the back end, but, yeah, it's unfortunate. So the Tigers are going to have to really suck it up here to keep from just getting blown out of this place.
We talked about before the game. Poteau's a very good football team.
Oh, they are.
I think they've averaged like 6 touchdowns a game, I want to say.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. They busted their average last week with 50 points.
PAT's good. It's going to be 14-zip. Poteau Pirates.
Yeah, with 2:47 left in the first quarter. That's the scary part. But, still, Fort Gibson moved the ball initially in that first drive, moved the ball, then, had the negative yardage play and just we don't run the kind of offense that can come back from a big negative yardage play. We don't.
Yeah, and a big part of Fort Gibson's offense is the ability to have big plays, to accumulate a bunch of yards on one play. Tavian Woodworth's done it many times this season. Rudd has also done it.
Yeah.
So Fort Gibson might have to rely on that a little bit and try and break out for those 60, 70-yard plays tonight.
Yeah, and we have guys capable of doing that, but, oh, my goodness. So it's going to be Fort Gibson's ball right there. We'll take that field position every time.
So the Poteau Pirates here return the favor.
Yeah, that's a That's not. No, what's?
Looks like they're going to do it again.
How does that work? Oh, I guess the ball didn't go 10 yards. That's how it works. But to me, I mean, it touched a Poteau player. Maybe that's not even a, I don't know. That wasn't characteristic of a really good football team. So ball on 30-yard line, I mean, you know, you say, okay, we got the ball on 30-yard line. It's a pretty good field. It's better than the 20. 10 yards better than the 20 for all the mathematicians out there. But the Tigers really, really need to make something happen, at least if nothing else, get a couple of first downs and kick the ball deep and make Poteau drive the whole field.
If possible, Fort Gibson really needs to score here because
badly.
A third straight touchdown here by Poteau would be devastating.
Yes. Looks like it's going to be oh, my goodness. It's not the way to start.
Penalty markers down. False start to call against the Tigers. 5-yard penalty. It remains first down.
So Fort Gibson there.
Yeah, boy, I tell you. They don't call them penalties for nothing.
Thanks for all your hard work, Mr. Hepler.
The ball's going to be moved back 5 yards. It's going to be 1st and 15.
Yeah, it's like you're saying. I mean, it would be nice if we could sneak Carson Ladd out there, but I think if you'll watch, they're probably going to stuff him on. Oh, yeah. The defensive end just took Carson and drove him into the backfield, really drove him into the play.
The Poteau Pirates here have been ready. They've been doing their scouting on Fort Gibson here early in the game.
Yeah. They're just pretty good. I mean, they're pretty good up front.
Who do you look for? Who do you look to kind of maybe beat them on the back end? Maybe Codell Ford, Connor Brown, maybe?
Yeah, Ford has the kind of speed to do that. We haven't beaten them yet. We haven't had anybody behind them yet.
Allen's going to throw it. Carson Austin there. But Poteau's going to wrap him up.
Yeah, that's another loss. Counting the penalty, that's 3 negative yardage plays in a row. So we're looking at 3rd and 20, and boy, that's not good. That's exactly opposite of what we needed to do. We needed to get a couple of first downs at least and kick the ball, but man, I'll tell you, this this game could get out of hand. I don't see these kids I don't see them quitting. I think they're going to play hard, but
Robbie Allen's going to be all alone in the backfield. Takes a high snap. He's going to try and take it himself, but he's going to get wrapped up again.
Yeah, Poteau came out ready to play. No question. I was just hoping, before the game started that we could keep it close in the first half and, count on something crazy happen in the second half, but they're going to have the ball inside of Tiger territory again, start this third possession. And it's going to be hard to slow them down. Too many weapons, like you were talking about earlier. They haven't had any problem running the ball yet. Haven't even had to throw the ball. That's a much better punt this time. Still gonna be in Tiger territory.
Ball's going to come down about the 44-yard line. That's where Poteau's going to pick it up. So with 28 seconds left here in the first quarter, Poteau just hasn't been stopped. Fort Gibson hasn't found an answer.
No, we haven't. We really haven't slowed them down at all yet.
And it's really been evident that the Poteau O-line here has just had no problem getting to the second level, pushing them forward so that the running back can put holes for the running back there. So
yep. They're kind of whipping us up front right now. Just need something good to happen. Need a turnover, I don't know anything. They're just they're caving us down.
There's more holes. Francis is going to keep running. Looks like he might run. Yep, he's going to run in. That's a third Poteau touchdown.
Yeah.
So Poteau here has just been blocking very well.
Yeah, there's just nobody there. There's nobody there at the point of attack.
If Fort Gibson's going to have an answer here later in this game. Looks like it was a 2-point conversion there.
Yeah, it was swinging gate. We didn't get out in numbers. We didn't cover that, and they just picked it up, threw it, and pretty much walked in. And I think, Fort Gibson and Poteau typically have just knockdown dragouts. And I know in my mind that's what the coach has a penalty on that point after attempt. But, I know the coach is telling them, guys, look what's happened in the past few years now. They've won the past couple of years, but it's been close. I mean, it's been a close game. Last year we had a chance to win this game at home. And really the year before that, it wasn't just a blowout down here. So he had his kids ready. There's no question about it. He had them ready.
So this time Poteau's going to kick the extra point. So it's going to be Poteau 21 with the Fort Gibson Tigers 0. Going forward here, the D-line's got to do something. Obviously, you said keep your hands on the O-lineman.
Yeah, we got to make them earn something. They haven't really had to work hard yet. We got to make them work. You look out there right now, I don't know that there may be a couple of starters on that special team, that kickoff team right now. Most of those guys are coming in with fresh legs. And you look out there at our guys, most of those guys are playing on both sides of the football. And it's all you can do, You got to put your best 11 out there. Yeah, that ball. So we're going to gain 5 yards from what we've been the previous 2 tries. Could be a sign of good things to come. We really need to get some points on the board, and that's just about the dumbest thing I can say. It's not like, even Grandma knows that. It's
But you're right. I mean, it's the momentum is all on Poteau right now.
Oh, yeah. They have just taken it to the Fort Gibson Tigers. Just taking it to them. But, it just takes one handoff, to a Tavian Woodworth, and he could, bring this thing back to a 2-score game. Once again, though, look at – oh, no.
Poteau's going to recover the fumble. Woodworth just didn't get to put his hands on it that time. Just popped right out.
Yeah, I think he tried to take it instead of building the pocket and letting Robbie Allen put it in the pocket. He tried to take it, and that's what happens. Oh, I'll tell you, that's devastating. That's just, I don't know what else to call it. That's just devastating. It's not like they need the help. They're plenty good on their own. We can't turn the ball over and stay even in reasonable distance.
So the Fort Gibson defense here is going to be tested again. They've spent a lot of the time on the field.
Yeah, I think they're going to set these 4 quicks out here, and it would not surprise me. Yeah, Fort Gibson. Is that an official timeout? I don't know. They ran those 4 quicks out. No, it's not a timeout. I don't know what it is. Fort Gibson coming back on the field. Poteau's getting a free huddle on the sidelines. So they're going to set, well, it's a different set. They had 4 quicks set, 2 on each side, and really I thought they were going to try to spread us out and just run the football, to tell you the truth. Would not surprise me if they had done that either.
They're going to hand it off. Francis is going to get dragged down by Jesse Rudd that time.
Yeah, good talk about Rudd. It's good to see him back on the field.
We haven't yet seen Rudd in the running game this game, but expect to see it later.
Yeah, I think so.
So that's going to be the end of the first quarter. We're going to go to commercial. This is for GibsonTigers.tv, and we'll be back.
Heath Hardware and Supply has been located in Fort Gibson, Oklahoma since 1957. We strive to find solutions to your fix and offer a multitude of quality products and services such as Stihl chainsaws, Yeti coolers, Cub Cadet mowers, Johnsert mowers, case knives, and Big Green egg grills.
And we're back. This is for GibsonTigers.tv. The Fort Gibson Tigers are playing the Poteau Pirates, and down in Poteau here. And so far, Poteau just hasn't been stopped. It's 21-0. They've had all the momentum on their side. And what can we do now as a defense to try and stop them?
Well, you know, you got to stop the run game first. I mean, I know they can throw the ball, but you got to make them try. And we just haven't had much success doing that. And you can't turn the ball over, and you can't make mistakes. You cannot. See, here's that 4 quick set again. So let's see what they do here. I honestly think they're going to run the football. Nope, they're going to run tight end right down the middle of the field.
So the Poteau receivers were wide open that time.
Somebody's got to pick up whoever's running down that seam. You got to have. Somebody's got to be at home there.
That's the second time they've done that.
Yes, it is.
Poteau's going to get the 2-point conversion too, so
yeah,
it's going to be Poteau 29, Fort Gibson 0. I think as a Fort Gibson offense here, you got to try and give them different looks. Obviously, they're going to be ready for Ladd and throwing it to him, but we've seen Thornbrew come out every now and then and catch some passes, and so they could run a 2 tight end set maybe.
Yeah, we haven't gotten them out of that 11-man front yet. I mean, they're camped out in on the line of scrimmage. You don't have a guy beyond 7 yards. And they're saying, hey, you can't run, and we're saying you can't throw. Is basically what they're doing. But again, it just takes one to put some points on the board. We need it badly. We need just anything to give us a little bit of momentum, just any momentum.
Woodworth back to receive this. Looks like Graves is going to have a fair catch.
Yeah, and the scary thing about it is we've had good field position to start. We've been 30 or better every offensive series. And you just can't ask for more than that. Twice at the 30 and twice at the 35.
Of course, one of those was obviously we started with the fumble, and that just gave it right back to
the
him.
fumbles. It's a backbreaker. And there are two guys who've had a bunch of handoffs already at this point in the season.
Robbie Allen's going to take it himself.
Woodworth. That was Woodworth. They were in kind of a wildcat look there. So that was just Woodworth taking the mail, carrying the mail from the shotgun spot.
Picked up a solid about 6-yard gain.
Yeah,
there.
I'd say that at least ties, if not surpasses, the longest gain of the night for the Tigers. So I see Allen, I think back under center.
I believe it is. He's going to hand it off to Woodworth again. And Poteau's going to meet him in the backfield.
Yeah, once again, you look. There's 9 guys there. You got 2 guys back here in the back end. You got 9 guys within a couple of yards of the football.
Poteau's just daring Fort Gibson to throw it deep.
Oh, yeah, they are. I mean, they're begging them to. And you just you don't have enough guys in white jerseys to block all those big bodies up there.
Robbie Allen under center with Woodworth in the backfield. So it's going to be a false start.
Yeah.
False start.
Another penalty, and boy, oh boy, can we not afford those.
So it's going to be 3rd and long here, 3rd and 11 about.
Yeah, and you know, I'm telling you, at this point, all things considered, offense, defense, special teams, well, maybe not special teams, but offense, defense, and just technique, I don't think there's any question this is the best football team we've played.
Robbie Allen couldn't find an open man, and the Poteau D-line is going to come in, maybe the linebacker off the edge there, and just meet him in the backfield. That's a sack.
Yeah, they're taking it to us. You know, not much you can say. Once again, it's 4th and 20 plus, almost 25.
Quarterback sacks. Ball responded at the 23-yard line. It's 4th down for the Pirates.
Real quick, let's just take some time right here to thank our sponsors. This broadcast is brought to you by Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Keys Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Info Media, Dr. Debbie Coy, The Tiger's Den, Garrett Family Funeral Home, Fort Gibson State Bank, Fort Gibson Nursing Home, and Green Country Lanes and Muskogee Skate Center. Thank you, sponsors.
Yeah, and you know, one thing some fans may not know, you know, if you're out there listening, this is not the only thing that Tiger Vision does. I mean, they create and produce and direct a newscast every Friday in school. They broadcast other events, basketball, baseball, softball, soccer, and other special events. So, yeah, it's more than just, you know, doing football games, and we appreciate them.
So Fort Gibson here trying to find an answer to Poteau's relentless onslaught.
Yeah, Poteau's going to spread out the field here. I can bet you, well, no, maybe not now. I thought he was going to be under center and run the ball. They're going to run the ball anyway. And that is the first negative yardage play of the night, and it's really just a break even. I just don't think he gained anything.
Trevor Gilkey there.
Yeah, so good job that time by the Tigers. Kind of had a feeling they were doing that by spreading the field so much, trips on one side and wide receiver to the other side. Now they got doubles. Wide receivers on both sides.
They're going to throw it.
Oh, and that, boy, I'll tell you, if
Brown
Brown had read that a little sooner, he might have picked that thing off and been gone. I'm telling you. Yeah, I don't know. That was an ill-advised play on the part of the Pirates. So there's two negative yardage plays in a row for the Tigers. So, you know, if they could just settle in and keep it from scoring again, that would be really a moral victory. Less than 8.5 minutes left to go in the first half, and you know, 29 is, you don't like to go in the locker room down 29, but, you know, 6 more would be worse. 7 more. And I'm not sure. Probably got to.
So the Pirates are going to take a timeout here, so we're going to take a little commercial break. This is FortGibsonTigers.tv, and we'll be back.
Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory wish to personally invite you and your family to come tour the newest funeral home and the only crematory in Muskogee. Cornerstone welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. At Cornerstone, you'll find a helpful professional staff and beautiful surroundings. Come experience the difference at Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York, Muskogee, where you will find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Back here with FortGibsonTigers.tv. We're here at Poteau. The Tigers are taking on the Pirates, and Poteau 29, Fort Gibson 0, and Poteau just hasn't been stopped in the first half here.
No, and really, I'm just sitting here thinking in my head, the best thing the best thing I can hope for is that Poteau will get a little careless. I mean, they're up 29 points, and honestly, it's hard to keep that edge when you're up by so much, and hoping that maybe they'll lose some of that and make some mistakes, and there's a quarterback running wild. He's going to be short of the first down, though.
That's going to be something that Fort Gibson's going to have to watch. We read that their quarterback, he's already had 100 rushing yards on the season, so he's obviously shown that he can also run it as well as throw the ball well.
Yeah, he's pretty shifty. Pretty shifty, good athlete. So look for the Pirates perhaps to try to draw the Tigers off sides here. And maybe they just feel like they're good enough, and they do feel like they're good enough, just go get it, and they got it. We just haven't been able to blow up that counter tray in the backfield yet. Just haven't been able to get any penetration to cause a pile up back there.
Ball starting at the 41-yard line. That's good for another Poteau Pirate.
So the Pirates here are going to have another first down, ball on the 41-yard line in Fort Gibson territory. And so far they haven't really – they've thrown it a couple times, running that man up the seam. But other than that, they've mainly just been sticking it to us, getting to that second level, just getting short, good bursts there.
Yeah, if you watch the offensive line, they're just getting a push. And we just haven't stopped it.
That was a good job that time of Ben Johnson to get that tackle, because if he hadn't, he might have been gone.
He might have. He might have. Yeah, and your description of the backs pretty accurate. They're not great backs, but they're hard-nosed backs, and they have good enough speed to hurt you.
So they're going to get another first down there, just throwing it to the outside. Woodworth there is going to push him out of bounds, but they're going to come up to about the 20-yard line.
Yeah, they're threatening again. 6.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Tigers are going to have to dig in. They're going to have to really, really dig in.
Fort Gibson here looking for just a stop, just a big stop here.
Yes.
So the Poteau Pirates are going to run it again, and they're going to pick up probably another 6 yards there on the play.
Yeah, they're just they're doing pretty much whatever they want to do.
Francis on the run once again for the Pirates, brought down by number 15.
You see Lawson and Johnson there, as well as Zane Potter. We've got Ladd kind of lined up on that outside edge there. And the quarterback's going to take it himself and just run up the middle, and he's going to keep going. Finally going to get dragged down. Looks like it was Thornbrew there on the tackle.
I think you're right.
So it's going to be first and goal here for the Poteau Pirates. Quarterback's going to take it himself again, but this time Fort Gibson read it well. Thornbrew there again with a good tackle.
Boy, you just don't realize how encouraging this would be to hold these guys out of the end zone right here, because we haven't really been able to do it. And to hold them out with the ball, second and goal, be a pretty good shot in the arm, I would think. Oh, there's a big hole. And that's a fumble.
Graves is going to jump on it. He had time. He could have picked it up and maybe ran it for a little bit longer.
That's a freshman thing. I mean, and in a game like this, I mean, you got the ball. So, I mean, we held him out of the end zone. So hate to, I'm not gonna get on a freshman because when he gets to be a junior, senior, that's gonna be a scoop and score kind of ball. When the ball's laying out there and there's nobody around you. So, just it's a good thing he just got on the ball.
So Fort Gibson here is gonna breathe a sigh of relief.
Yeah, but we got to get this thing. We need first down really, really bad, or we're gonna be punting deep out of our own end zone, and we don't want to do that. So the Tigers got to have some kind of push here. That's a lot of guts right there to throw that.
It's intercepted. It's going to be a pick 6. Robbie Allen there threw into tight coverage. There was 2 men on that receiver.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate. Had stopped him, it got to stop.
He was rushed a little bit in the backfield, had to try and hurry up a throw and make a quick decision.
Yeah. And, that's where, an experienced quarterback maybe would throw the ball out of bounds and maybe not. You see guys who are getting paid a lot of money get picked off every Sunday, So, it happens. You just hate for it to happen in that situation after you'd gotten a stop and then, boy, turn around and give it right back to him.
So Poteau Pirates here keep pouring it on. They're going to kick the extra point here. It's going to be good. So Poteau 36, Fort Gibson 0 here in the first half with about 5 minutes left. If you're Fort Gibson here, you just really look to score, I think, and really just maintain the ball. Don't give it back to Poteau.
This is that time where, as a coach, you just say, guys, we have to keep getting better every play. You as a player have got to keep working. Don't look at the scoreboard. Everybody knows that this game is, pretty much out of hand. Don't look at the scoreboard. Do what you're coached to do. Get better at your technique. We'll come back and try it again next week. You just keep playing. You just keep playing hard, and it's not easy to do.
And this is a very good Poteau football team.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the better Poteau football teams we've seen in the past few years.
I think so. Got to get on that thing.
So Tavian Woodworth there is going to pick it up, but ultimately get brought down about the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and I think Devin, I watched him play. Of course, he played, quite a bit last Friday night against Stillwell. I watched him play in a freshman game, and he just goes a little faster than most of the guys, around him. So he's going to be another good back for the Tigers. This is just one of those years where, you see Gavin Beaver standing there, senior. You didn't have many seniors to begin with. Now you got your one less. You got guys playing out of position. It's a tough year. And I still think, this football team might sneak into the playoffs. Somebody's down, not one able to get up real quick. Thornbrew, I think, shook it off. So you have a win against Stillwell. You think, got a chance to beat Salisaw. Got a chance to beat, was it Tulsa Central?
Yeah.
Got a chance to beat, who else is left there?
There's Muldrow
left. Yeah, so 4 wins, it's going to get you in. Now, granted, you're going to have to go to Wagner, but I'm going to tell you right now, I think this team is better than Wagner. And I don't know, Wagner might beat them 9 out of 10 times, but this is a pretty good football team.
Yeah.
Disciplined, athletic, big, strong, quick.
Woodworth there with a nice read.
Yeah, it's a shame he lost his footing there. See, that's what I'm talking about, though. Woodworth, we know how quick he is. We know he's got good speed, and they just they caught up to him pretty quick with good angles, but still.
So it's going to be 3rd and long here for Fort Gibson.
Yeah, not a good position for the Tigers to be in at all. And, you know, I mean, here's what I like about football. We'll watch this play. You see, there's a guy right there running his hardest. I mean, really, he got more out of that than he should have. But, I mean, not just football, athletics in general. I mean, some years it's going to be a whole lot of fun. Some years or some nights, like tonight, not so much fun. But that's kind of a life lesson, because that's kind of like life every day. You know, some days are going to be pretty good. Some days are going to be not so good, but you got to keep plugging. You can't lay down and quit. So, and I think that's what you're seeing out here. You know, Tavian Woodworth just running his guts out there, trying to make something happen, and you're down, 36-0. That's not easy to do, I'm telling you. That's a good punt. Just hope it's not a better return. Pretty good return.
Pretty good return. He's going to be pushed out about the 40-yard line in Fort Gibson territory.
Yeah, that's about a 20-yard return, actually. So, again, setting up shop inside of Tiger territory. Once again, this is where you just got to get that. You just got to put the scoreboard out of your mind and say, okay, on this play, I'm going to beat my man. I'm going to whip my guy right here. Going to be holding against the Pirates, so that helps. That'll put him back near midfield.
Real quick here, we're just going to do this shout out to Todd Friend. The benefit rodeo is on October 13th, 2018. We ask our listeners to attend this event if they want to. It's for a good cause. And admission is $10 for adults, $5 for 15 and under, and it's free for people 4 and under. They got lots of events. They've got junior barrel racing. They've lots of different barrel racing and calf roping and bull riding even. And so that's a fun event, and we encourage our listeners to attend that and go out there and support Todd Friend.
Yeah, and and I'm not claiming to be some kind of sage, but you mentioned that. And here's a guy, who gets up not feeling very good on any day of the week. Oh, wow. That was a pretty good lick right there. But, I mean, a guy who's, who knows he's going to have a kidney transplant. And, I mean, that dialysis is not fun. And he comes to school every day, and he's still plugging along. And, I mean, if you didn't know, you would be like, man, this guy, he's pretty high energy, I mean, still gives the kids a hard time.
Yeah.
I admire the guy. I mean, it's pretty awesome just to watch it all happen. So, yeah, some people wake up to not a bad day, but not feeling too hot every day. And that could not be much fun. So hopefully, we're hoping and praying that they find a match for him soon and get that taken care of. So once again, Poteau Pirates kind of hurting themselves. Much to the pleasant surprise of the Tigers, who they need some breaks, They need – seeing Poteau with that big now that should be – I'm thinking that should be 12 men on the field. That should have been a penalty, I think. Regardless.
Good job there by the Fort Gibson defense. Carson Ladd and also Thornbrew there to just make sure that back doesn't get out to the open field.
Carson did a good job stringing it out that time. So the Pirates they're trying to put some more points on the board. They wouldn't be taking a timeout if they weren't. They got something cooked up down there. They're going to try. They're going to try to break 40 in the first half. Tigers going to have to be ready, because I'm telling you, they're going to give it their best shot. But yeah, back to Coach Friend. I mean, it's a challenge. It's a challenge. These guys I think football teaches you that, or athletics. I keep saying just football. Athletics teaches you that you don't always win, and sometimes hard work is its own reward, and that's kind of what's going on tonight. So hopefully, you guys keep playing hard and keep positive. Avoid, getting into individual battles out there on the field, personal fouls, that kind of stuff. Haven't seen any of that, so that's a good thing.
A great way to stay positive out there as an athlete is to kind of set little personal goals for yourself to try and improve throughout the game.
Absolutely.
It's easy to get bogged down by the score or
sure
even how your team's playing, but you have to go out there and be encouraging and still think, well, I can still do this, I can still do that.
That's right. I can get better.
Poteau's looks like they're going to do a little spin around. The quarterback is going to just pitch it to the right side, but he's not going to get a whole lot of yards.
Eligible receiver. I cannot see those numbers. Oh, I can see it over here. So is that a 29 or is that a 59?
I think that's a 59.
59, that's what I was thinking. So you can go in and report to the official that I'm an eligible receiver and do that. I don't know why they did it, to tell you the truth. Maybe just to give something, show somebody something on film that maybe they need to work on next week. I don't know who Poteau has next week. But I did not see that as a necessary or even – oh, boy.
Good throw there by the Poteau quarterback.
Yeah, just off the fingertips. So Poteau Pirates going to punt for the first time tonight.
Jet Pitchford there, number 11, just fired it right down the middle.
Just missed him, just overshot him a little bit.
Local scores of interest. In the second quarter, Broken Bow 10, Hilldale 0.
Got Woodworth back to receive it. Actually, I think that's Jesse Rudd, actually.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is Rudd. And he's not going to have a chance. That's going to take a good Poteau Pirate roll. So 27 seconds left in the first half of this game.
13-yard line, it'll be first and 10 for Gibson.
Tigers did get a legitimate stop that time. So, that's something we can say, hey, we got to stop. So I don't look to see anything, special. I think they'll probably just run the ball here and run the clock out.
Look at there in a Wildcat. And
oh, my goodness. I think that had to be a face mask, didn't it? I mean, he jerked around there like... Boy, that might have been a whiplash. Hunter Lawson not getting up very quick either.
So Poteau here being pretty physical.
Yeah, very physical. They're a very physical football team. Fort Gibson's they're not small up front. But Poteau's just a little bigger. I think I heard earlier on the PA that Broken Bow is up on Hilldale 10-0, I think.
What's the time?
I don't. Probably, I'm going to say close to about the same time as we are here. Oh, nice grab by Carson Ladd.
Fort Gibson finally got a throw some yardage in the air there to end the second half. We'll hope to see that some more in the second half. So
yes.
We're going to be back. This is FortGibsonTigers.tv, and thank you for listening.
Fort Gibson Education Foundation's desire is to help our students receive the best possible education our community can provide. We make every effort to be the highest quality educational system in the state. Donations equal opportunities, opportunities for students and teachers to be their best.
An opportunity to build, design, and compete.
An opportunity to create, design, and share.
An opportunity to encourage, develop, and provide.
An opportunity to travel, process, and gain real-world knowledge.
An opportunity to honor, celebrate, and inspire.
When you donate to our Fort Gibson Education Foundation, 100% of what you donate goes back into our classrooms for students and teachers so we can give them as many opportunities as possible. We are your Fort Gibson Education Foundation.
Poteau Band is proud to present tonight's show, Empire City. They are under the direction of Joey Mark, Mary Lynn Parsons, Lauren Peck, Michael Bell, and Mark Prince. Drum majors are seniors Suzanne Santos and juniors Vicky Gutierrez and Andy Miller. Tonight's show features soloists Marissa Martinez on clarinet, Dylan Richmond on alto saxophone, seniors Savannah Fabian and Kaylee Earls on alto flute and flute. Drummakers, is your band ready?
Careful.
You may take the field for halftime performance.
What is it?
Fort Gibson Education Foundation's desire is to help our students receive the best possible education our community can provide. We make every effort to be the highest quality educational system in the state. Donations equal opportunities, opportunities for students and teachers to be their best.
An opportunity to build, design, and compete.
An opportunity to create, design, and share.
An opportunity to encourage, develop, and provide.
An opportunity to travel, process, and gain real-world knowledge.
An opportunity to honor, celebrate, and inspire.
When you donate to our Fort Gibson Education Foundation, 100% of what you donate goes back into our classrooms for students and teachers so we can give them as many opportunities as possible. We are your Fort Gibson Education Foundation.
Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory wish to personally invite you and your family to come tour the newest funeral home and the only crematory in Muskogee. Cornerstone welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. At Cornerstone, you'll find a helpful professional staff and beautiful surroundings. Come experience the difference at Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York, Muskogee, where you will find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Renfro Electric has been in business for over 35 years and is a full-service electrical contractor for all of Oklahoma. We are able to serve our customers with superior craftsmanship and top-notch service. With over 40 employees and a bonding capacity in excess of $6 million, we can handle those larger jobs but are still small enough to provide the personal service our customers have come to expect. For any electrical needs, give us a call at 918-687-7535.
If you're looking for some local entertainment, look no further than Green Country Lanes, located on South York Street in Muskogee, a prime place for open bowling, birthday parties, and glow bowling. Come on out to Green Country Lanes, where bowling is a sport for those who have talent to spare.
Fort Gibson's only locally and family-owned funeral home is committed to the community of Fort Gibson, Muskogee, and surrounding areas. It's our mission at Clifford D. Garrett Funeral Home to facilitate meaningful ways for families to grieve their loss and celebrate the memories of their loved ones. Call Cliff at 918-478-2555 or come visit 1224 East Poplar in Fort Gibson. This broadcast is brought to you by Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Keith's Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Info Media, Dr. Debbie Coy, The Tiger's Den, Garrett Family Funeral Home, Fort Gibson State Bank, Fort Gibson Nursing Home, and Green Country Lanes and Muskogee Skate Center.
Keith Hardware and Supply has been located in Fort Gibson, Oklahoma since 1957. We strive to find solutions to your fix and offer a multitude of quality products and services such as Stilt chainsaws, Yeti coolers, Cub Cadet mowers, Johnsert mowers, case knives, and Big Green egg grills.
And we're back here with Fort Gibson Tigers.tv. We're here in Poteau. The Tigers playing the Pirates, and so far the Pirates just have run amok in this game.
Yeah, they're again. You know, I don't think there's any question. They're the best team we've played. Now we've made them look a little better than they probably are. I mean, we've turned the ball over. We've made some mistakes. You know, you throw a pick down there, have a fumble, a lot of 5-yard penalties. And, I mean, I don't know if it's going to change, the score that much, but you just can't make silly – well, 2 of the touchdowns came – somebody's got to get on that ball.
Carson Ladd's going to pick it up and run to his left and get some yardage on the play. Going to come down about the 50-yard line.
That was a good job by Ladd. But, yeah, have a busted assignment in the back end and 2 touchdowns, right up the middle of the field, right up the seam. So, but you look on the other side, you say, hey, heck of a call, by Poteau offensive coordinator. So
Poteau's O-line here has just been really good. Found a way to push through to the second level and get their hands on our linebackers. And
O-line and D-line, they've dominated the game up front on both sides of the ball. So Tigers with a chance maybe to. Here's a little shift into the Wildcat, and looks like they're going to come this way. Or not.
Woodworth there's a cut to the outside and has a chance to gain some big yardage. He's going to come down about the 20-yard line.
Nice cut that time by Tavian. I mean, we overloaded the right side, overloaded to the boundary, and he kind of took a little counter step, and we kind of blocked up in there, and that was a nice play. It was a nice play.
So a 30-yard gain there from Tavian Woodworth, and that's what you like to see. That's kind of how the Fort Gibson offense gets running, is kind of when they start going through him.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Tavian has just really just kind of come out of nowhere. I thought he was a pretty good freshman back, but I think he's gotten better. He's definitely gotten better.
Yeah, we've mentioned before, I think he had like 88 yards last year, and so far he already has 650 or so averaging over 150 yards a game.
Yeah, that's not bad numbers. I'm telling you, not bad numbers at all. So a short gain that time by Woodworth, and again, Poteau's still stacking everything they have in the box. It's just a matter of, if you can get through all that mess, there's nothing back there to keep from going the distance.
Codell Ford here is a wide out. They're going to hand it off to Woodworth again, but he's going to get caught in the middle. Going to pick up a few yards on the play.
It's just a massive wall up there, black jerseys. No room whatsoever, and it doesn't take much for Woodworth to go, as we saw early in the year. I mean, you look at Tahlequah, 5A school, number 8. I noticed today they're number 8 in 5A. We had opportunities to win that game. I mean, we really did.
And in that game, we kind of came out and improved in the second half. Tahlequah kind of got gas, and Fort Gibson had a second wind, and we might not win this game, but we might look for that to happen again, where we kind of improve in the second half.
Right.
Allen looking to throw it, but can't find anybody, so he's going to take it himself, but he's going to get caught in the backfield rolling left.
Yeah, there was nobody open. That was not Robbie Allen's fault. There was just nobody open.
So far, these Poteau D-backs have done a good job of staying on their man.
They're well coached. They're able to walk right up on us and play kind of almost press coverage, really, and still we haven't been able to get behind them.
So it's going to be 3rd and 9 here.
Actually, it looks like about 11. Yeah, it's 4th and 11 or 12.
So Allen's going to roll to his right. He's kind of looking at Codell Ford, though, but he can't find them, so he's going to cut to the middle and get brought down. It's going to be Poteau Pirates ball.
Tackle made by number 25, Gunnar Thompson.
Yeah, Robbie Allen getting along kind of gimpy there.
1st and 10, Pirates.
So Fort Gibson coming out here in the second half and really starting to throw the ball more, starting to work on that a little bit more. We saw them in the first half with a successful pass play to Carson Ladd, and looks like they're trying to get more reps, get more balls in the air, and just try and work on that part of their game.
Yeah, and you've got to be able to throw the ball some, no question. You have to be able to throw it a little bit. Oh, my. Ben Johnson just got his clock cleaned. He's down on the field. He took a shot.
Wiley's going to come out into the field and check up on him.
I'm going to guess probably got the breath knocked out of him there. He went down quick, and he went down hard. I definitely, I don't know if these guys are that much better than Wagner, but they're more physical than anybody we've played. Definitely more physical.
Yeah, and this quarterback of theirs is he's kind of been killing us a little bit with his ability to kind of throw the ball very well and also run it very well.
He can do both. So
I think we're going to go to commercial here. We'll be back. This is FortGibsonTigers.tv. Thank you for listening.
Keith Hardware and Supply has been located in Fort Gibson, Oklahoma since 1957. We strive to find solutions to your fix and offer a multitude of quality products and services such as Stilt chainsaws, Yeti coolers, Cub Cadet mowers, Johnsert mowers, case knives, and Big Green egg grills.
So thank you for tuning in back to FortGibsonTigers.tv here. Ben Johnson down on the field right now. He took a hard hit.
Yes, he did. He took a real hard hit. Probably, medical staff out there taking every precaution. You just don't treat anything lightly anymore. Back, my gosh, when I was a kid, they'd probably already have you dragged off the field by now. But today, thank goodness, we've got much better, much more highly trained medical staff out there taking care of these kids. So again, talking about the chances of the Tigers maybe sneaking into the playoffs this year, and it would be huge if they could, as young as they are, because the more games your underclassmen get under their belts, that just we were talking, and trust me, we had some tough years when I was coaching. I told you about back-to-back 2 and 8s. But we had a long run of about 9 or 10 years when we were in the playoffs every year. And by the time our freshmen got to be seniors, they were almost like fifth-year seniors. They had got to play in so many games by the time. So it's a huge advantage. When you have a program, and I would say that Poteau, they have a program. They do. And that's a good sign. That's a good sign. I would imagine. Looks like he's holding his back. Maybe he hit the turf pretty hard. So yeah. So I think we're going to go to a commercial here.
Yeah, we're going to take another break. We'll be back.
If you're looking for some local entertainment, look no further than Green Country Lanes, located on South York Street in Muskogee, a prime place for open bowling, birthday parties, and glow bowling. Come on out to Green Country Lanes, where bowling is a sport for those who have talent to spare.
Renfro Electric has been in business for over 35 years and is a full-service electrical contractor for all of Oklahoma. We are able to serve our customers with superior craftsmanship and top-notch service. With over 40 employees and a bonding capacity in excess of $6 million, we can handle those larger jobs but are still small enough to provide the personal service our customers have come to expect. For any electrical needs, give us a call at 918-687-7535.
Back here on FortGibsonTigers.tv. Looks like Ben Johnson's gotten up okay. That's a good sign.
Yeah, he's up. He took a pop. He took a real good pop and then hit that turf, and he's going to be a sore young man for a couple of days. I can tell you that. That was a big hit. So the Tigers now without Ben Johnson. Believes that Maldonado in the lineup for Johnson. I think that's who typically
I think it is.
So
51.
Anthony Maldonado in there for the Tigers now.
As well as Lawson and Zane Potter there as well.
Yeah.
So Poteau's going to get the ball again, and they're going to just hand it off.
Yeah, it's that counter tray, and again, they just, boy, they just wiped us out.
Poteau's done a good job of blocking this game, and that running back Francis is he's just attacked those holes and just picked up a lot of yardage.
Yeah, he's got a train of blockers out in front of him. He's just kind of getting in behind them and being patient. And Fort Gibson just hasn't been able to stop the bleeding. That's 12 men on the field. You can't get away with that. So one of the few mistakes really the Pirates have made tonight.
Illegal substitution called against the Pirates. 5-yard penalty remains, first down.
So we'll take all the help we can get, right?
I don't know if you can count this as a positive, but with 8 minutes left on the clock, looks like the Poteau offense is kind of slowing down a little bit, maybe. I say that, and then he just goes. And
as soon as you said that, he goes about 10 yards. Yeah, that's just counter trade left and counter trade right is all that is. And they're just blocking down, kicking out, and off we go. We just haven't been able to stop it. Just can't get any kind of penetration in there. And
Run takes the ball down to the 45-yard line.
How much you can do.
Second down.
So here's just the quarterback sweep left, just old playground stuff, and he gets 3 or 4 yards out of that.
Number 11,
it is going to bring up third down.
Made by number 58.
So Fort Gibson here with a chance to force Poteau off the field.
We forced him to punt, and it could happen again here.
Again, we talked about this is one of those moments where you, as a player, you just have to go out there and just try and improve. Just try and do better the next play than you did the play before. And we're kind of seeing that from this defense here. Just going out and just trying to get a stop.
Timeout, Pirates.
Yeah, and the one thing I have seen tonight here about this Poteau offense is they have had some confusion. They're a little bit confused right now. Had to call timeout, which is, you think, hey, we're up 36-0 with 6.5 minutes left in the third quarter, moving the ball, and now you're calling timeout, and they're going to have to. To play deep into the playoffs, they're going to have to get that figured out. And it's mid-season. You should have that kind of stuff figured out, especially with the kind of football team they have. So I have noticed maybe 2-3 times it seems like there's been some confusion. They use those little placards. I've seen those used. We never used anything like that. I don't know I don't have any idea what they mean. But just I don't know. Seems a little uncharacteristic of a really good football team. So the Pirates.
Poteau's going to line up.
Still not sure.
Running out of the shotgun formation. They're just going to hand it off again to Francis. Who
that's a nice tackle.
Nice tackle by Woodworth there. Read that play all the way.
Brought down by number 21.
Yeah, he did.
Tavian Woodworth.
That's a nice tackle. I'm still not sure that Poteau's lined up right for the play they just ran. So Tigers get another stop, it looks like. I think they're bringing on the punt team. Well, maybe not. Maybe not.
Tickets out. The number will be drawn after this play. Get those 50-50 tickets out. The number will be drawn after this play.
So here come the placards. They're gonna go for it with fourth, and
they're gonna hand it off to Francis. He's gonna hit
be
a hole.
Not gonna get it. So good job, Connor Brown that time.
Coach Whiteley fired up there. Just glad that his defense can turn it over to the offense.
Yeah, that was not one of Poteau's better series of plays, but perhaps the Tigers' defense had something to do with that. So, man, you just look for anything, I mean, on nights like this, you really do. You look for anything good, and that was a good thing. That's stopped him on fourth down.
Robbie Allen in the shotgun formation, and he's going to take the snap, and he's going to, or that's actually Woodworth there,
yeah.
Wildcat. He's going to roll to his left. He's going to pick up at least 7 or 8 yards on the play.
Yeah. You may see some more of that too, because, and I really think, you think about it, when Rusty Rudd gets healthy, I mean, I remember OU doing it with, oh my gosh, who were the two backs? They had the two beasts. I can't believe I can't think of those two guys' names. Both of them were really good backs. The kid from Louisiana, I can't remember either one of his names, but that's kind of what they did. They had that package where they put both those guys in the backfield and snap it to one or the other, and man, so I could see something like that with Rudd and Woodworth. Still, like I say, Rudd still kind of nursing a sore wheel. So the Tigers, first down.
Lined up in the I formation. Robbie Allen under center. He hands it off to Woodworth. He cuts through a hole in the left, and he gets to the outside, and he's going to go. Oh, man,
Boy,
he's pulled up about that 8-yard line there.
The defender had a good angle on him, or he wouldn't have tackled him, I promise you, because he was pulling away from everybody behind him.
Woodworth there with just a huge burst of speed, and he's come out running hard here in the second half.
He has. He has. And I think he's always running hard, So the Tigers might stick this thing in the end zone here, first and goal from about, what, 7?
7, yep. Woodworth.
Boy, how did he sneak through that, man? There were 5 people in our backfield. I don't know how he managed to get through there, but he did.
Once again for Gibson.
It's be second and goal now.
Brought down by a host of Tigers.
Yeah, ball inside the 5, best I can tell.
Woodworth is one of those guys that he's in great condition. He can just run so hard all game.
He does. He does, and plays pretty good defense on the other side of the ball, which is unbelievable.
Probably as a result of some hard work in the off season.
There he goes, and he's in the end
going to
zone.
bust in. That's a touchdown.
Yes.
Number 21, Tavian
Touchdown
Woodworth,
Tigers.
Touchdown for Fort Gibson.
So
that's still Poteau's number one bunch of guys out there. It's not like they're they scored against second team or anything. Well,
so Fort Gibson here finally putting some points on the board.
Yeah. Yes.
The blocked PAT.
He's up. It's no good. With 3:30 left to play
Man,
in the third
hate to
quarter,
see
it's
that. You like to.
36, Fort Gibson 6. Pirate boat captains avoided mutiny by.
It's kind of like eating a steak, and that steak is so good, and then you bite into a piece of gristle. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of disappointing. That's kind of what getting the extra point blocked is. I mean, it just, it just kind of takes the fun out of it. And plus, in a close game, it gets your tail end beat, is what it does.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's that's a good deal. That's a boost in the arm of these Tigers. Hey, just anything, man. Anything good.
Let's wish them luck with a big Pirate arm.
So the return team's going to come out and look for a big return. Or the kickoff team's going to Zan Hazen here, very capable of putting it in the back of the end zone.
Yeah, I think probably he's going to kick this thing high into the right or left. Don't know which way. A little juggling going on out there on the kickoff team. Got everybody where they want them now. So we'll see what Hazen is going to take a pretty good run at this. You may be right. He may be trying to kick this thing in the end zone.
It's going to go about the 15-yard line. And
yeah, it's dangerous, and that's a missed tackle.
And the Poteau receiver just keeps going, breaks several more tackles, and finally gets brought down about the 42-yard line.
Yeah, that's poor tackling. That's just poor tackling.
I think that was Jackson Walters there that finally brought him down.
You got to wrap up, man. You've got to wrap up and drive your feet because good athletes like that are going to break an arm tackle. You got to tackle with purpose.
High return.
Oh, there's a flag back there. Did not see that laundry on the field, so that's another big break for the Tigers because
holding the call against the Pirates.
Perhaps that was the reason he got off the start he did.
10-yard penalty. First down.
So I hate to say it, but I think Fort Gibson's going to come out here with the momentum here in the second half. They get a stop on the defense, and then they score, and then now they've penalties have brought this Poteau team back to fairly poor field position.
Oh yeah, 20-yard line. That's ideally, man. That's where you want to start if you're on defense. So see what the Tigers can do here. And there's a
great play by.
Yeah,
it was Lawson maybe.
Is it Lawson? I think you're right. I think it is. Hunter Lawson solo tackle there. And that's going to be, well, not really a loss. It's going to be right back at the line of scrimmage. So good job by Hunter that time.
No gain on the play. Second down.
So Poteau here kind of has their offense been stalled a little bit. Fort Gibson's come out to play in the second half.
He's been playing against the run for the Pirates.
Tegan Thornbrew there.
By number 11,
threw down the back.
Yeah, helmet's off, and he's hobbled.
Penalty markers down.
Gonna have to come out and face mask. That's why the helmet's off. Yeah, usually if you see a headgear laying on the ground, somebody has grabbed it and jerked it off somebody's head. Just the helmets, the equipment is just so superior to what it was even 10 years ago. And that's a good thing.
Penalty takes the ball to the.
So Francis there getting off the field a little bit slow.
First and 10, Pirates.
Ball's going to be on the 38-yard line for Poteau here.
You know, Fort Gibson could, get a stop here and go stick another one in the end zone. I mean, they're not going to win the game, but they can make it look a little more respectable.
For Gibson.
Yeah. And it was a good tackle that time. Tavian Woodworth.
Tavian Woodworth.
Yeah. Another solo tackle.
Quarterback keeper. Made by number 21.
Tavian Woodworth, we saw him play defense there in the first couple games, but he's really come on a lot stronger here in the last few on defense.
Well, yeah, I think he's playing himself into shape. You have to. There's one thing to play yourself into shape to play on one side of the ball, but it's a whole other thing to play yourself into shape to play on both sides of the ball and on special teams. I mean, you just don't see it that much anymore. Oh, and Tigers so close to making that play in the backfield, just close.
Woodworth there trying to strip it, but couldn't jerk the ball out, so Poteau's going to move the chains. Anthony Maldonado with the tackle there.
That's good for another Poteau Pirate.
Real quick here, we're just going to take some time to thank our sponsors right here. This broadcast is brought to you by Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory, Keys Hardware and Supply, Renfro Electric, Fort Gibson Education Foundation, Info Media, Dr. Debbie Coy, The Tiger's Den, Garrett Family Funeral Home, Fort Gibson State Bank, Fort Gibson Nursing Home, and Green Country Lanes and Muskogee Skate Center. So thank you, sponsors.
Carson Ladd that time in on the tackle. Tigers need to stop. A little less than 20 seconds now left in this third quarter. Oh, that was, my goodness. That ball was batted around a couple of times. I think Carson Ladd got his hands on it, and then the receiver for the Pirates bobbled it. And
Trevor Gilkey finally brought him down.
Yeah. 34-yard line. That's good for another Poteau
Carson Ladd, as you said, almost got up there to swat it.
Yeah.
And that, ladies and gentlemen,
he did,
is the end of the third quarter.
So the third quarter comes to an end. Poteau 36, Fort Gibson 6. So we're going to take a break.
Cornerstone Funeral Home and Crematory wish to personally invite you and your family to come tour the newest funeral home and the only crematory in Muskogee. Cornerstone welcomes the opportunity to answer any questions regarding planning and pre-arrangements for you and your loved ones. At Cornerstone, you'll find a helpful professional staff and beautiful surroundings. Come experience the difference at Cornerstone Funeral Home, 1830 North York, Muskogee, where you will find faces you know and reputations you trust.
Back here with FortGibsonTigers.tv here in Poteau. The Tigers taking on the Pirates, and so far in the second half, Fort Gibson's shown a lot of improvement and so far won the battle here in the second half.
Yeah, that's right, because it was 36-0 in the first half, and Tigers hold the lead 6-0 in the second half.
We've seen a little bit better of a job by our D-line in this half. It's kind of made it a little bit harder on the Poteau O-line to get to the second level. We've seen a couple of our linebackers plug the holes. We saw Tavian Woodworth even make a couple tackles coming out of the safety position. So they're doing a better job of guarding the run than they did in the first half.
Right.
Jody Ray's Raised Panel Doors for sponsoring the Bluebeard, Blackbeard, and Offensive Line Awards.
So, again, you can see the placards in the bottom of your screen signaling the offensive plays to the Pirates.
They're going to throw it. They're going deep, but it's going to go overhead.
Yeah,
the Pirates still trying to put some more points on the board.
Codell Ford there on the coverage. Codell Ford has really grown as a player this season. Didn't get a lot of playing time last season, and this season is five games in, and he's starting to really shape into the defensive back that Fort Gibson's needed.
Oh yeah, gonna need him next year too.
So Poteau lined up in the shotgun formation and
had a tackle in the backfield.
And Poteau's gonna break loose.
Wow.
Looks like it's gonna come down.
Not sure who hit him in the backfield. We had him in the backfield.
Tackled at the 1-inch line.
So it's gonna be about first and an inch here. Codell Ford, I think, was with the tackle there.
Looks like the Pirates maybe going to put in their jumbo package. Takes me back to the days of the Washington Redskins when they were really, really good. the heavy jumbo. They had the jumbo and the heavy jumbo, and that's what that's what they're doing here. They're just going to run up and put it in the end zone. No, they're not. So
start called against the Pirates.
Fort Gibson gets another break. So now instead of the 1-inch line, it's the 5-yard line and 1-inch line.
Ladies and gentlemen, Poteau Public Schools would like to thank our sideline sponsors, Adams Abstract, Jensen's Express Lube, Hometown Drug, Shore Insurance, John Hamilton State Farm.
You know, I don't know, you see things like that. You run a bunch of people in who haven't been doing that, and it seems like that just always turns out bad to me. I just say you just stay in your offense and you run what you run best. And
that's what they're going to go back to this time.
And the quarterback, he's going to walk into the end zone.
It's going to be a Poteau touchdown.
Jet Pittsburgh into the end zone.
As a Fort Gibson Tigers fan, you really have to be impressed with this squad to come out in the second half. You know, Poteau here, they have a lot more players on their team than Fort Gibson does. Looks like almost, you know, maybe almost twice as much.
Probably so.
And so just for Fort Gibson to come out here, you know, these players have been playing all game, and just to come out here after playing both sides and still, you know, we play Poteau competitively.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Poteau definitely, you know, they've dominated the game, no question about it. But at the same time, it's like you're talking about, it took a lot of guts for those kids to come out in the second half and go stick one in the end zone. And, you know, they've stopped Poteau twice, you know, on the third and make them punt, or stopped them on 4th down. So, again, you just got to go back at when you break down film and find things you did well. Find things you've got to correct, like, you know, again, letting receivers run, you know, just crazy down the middle of the field. Look at Ben Johnson there. Guarantee he's felt better. So, another chance for the Tigers maybe to put some points on the board.
Looks like Codell Ford's going to scoop it up, and he's going to try and run out to the outside. He's going to come down about the 24-yard line.
Number 1, Codell Ford on the run for Fort Gibson. Takes the ball down to the 22.
So, see what the Tigers can do. 10, just under 11 minutes. We have to go in this contest.
If you're the Tigers right here, do you throw it? Do you run it? What do you do here?
No, I don't know. I mean, you know, the game it's out of hand. I think you try to find your best running play and you just run it. Maybe your best 2 or 3 running plays, and if anything, you run a little play action. You know,
Robbie. Tavian Woodworth there actually is going to run out of the Wildcat. He's going to get yanked down pretty hard.
Yeah, loss on that play. Yeah, the last thing you want to do is take a chance on, you know, throwing an Oski down here, and, you know, chances are it's going to go right back in the end zone. You don't want to make it look any worse than it does. So I think you try to run the ball, run the clock out. I'm not saying you give up. I'm saying you try to find running plays and you get better at blocking those running plays.
Gibson lined up in the I formation. They're going to hand it off to Tavian Woodworth. He's going to cut to the outside after bouncing off the tackle, and he's going to get yanked down a couple yards on the play. It's going to be about 3rd and 8
Woodworth
now.
On the run around the right side for Fort Gibson. Takes the ball down to the 25-yard line. 3rd down.
I'm interested that, you know, Rudd, we haven't really seen a whole lot of him running this game.
I think they're still trying to nurse that ankle back to shape because they know they're going to need him down the stretch. I mean, in this game, obviously, I don't think you take a chance on getting him hurt because you got a winnable game coming up next week, and if you can get him out there on that night, then, you know, That's when you want them out there. You got a chance to win.
8-yard gain on the play brings up
Robbie Allen just threw it to Jackson Walters, but not a little bit short of the first down.
Looks like the Tigers are going to go for it. I don't know if they're going to. I don't know if they're going to go on a hard count, try to draw Poteau off. I'm going to say Poteau's probably pretty disciplined and not going to do it, not going to jump. And they're just going to go. I don't know. It's going to depend on the spot. I don't think he got it.
Quarterback sneak.
Don't think he got it.
So they're not going to get it, so Poteau's going to get the ball back.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It depends on how kind the Poteau staff is right here, where they're going to try to stick another one in. Looks like maybe some younger guys going out there. Definitely some younger guys going in, so that's a good thing. Or is it younger guys? Yeah, I think it is. It is. Definitely.
Yeah. Looks like they got a new quarterback in. He's going to hand it off. They're going to pick up about 3 or 4 yards there on the play.
Yeah, Fort Gibson just, you just try to dig in here. Don't let them, don't give them a chance to score 50 on you.
Tigers take the ball down to the 29-yard line. It's second down.
And the thing you have to do after this game is next week, say, guys, it was a tough game. A lot of bad things happen. Some good things happen. Here's what's good. Here's what we got to correct. We got to give ourselves a chance to win next week against Muldrow. And I certainly think that's a game Fort Gibson can win. Maybe I shouldn't say that. I haven't seen Muldrow play, just looking at scores. But I think it's a game they have a chance to win.
Third down.
Going to have the distraction of homecoming. There's a chance of rain. So
Jaden Graves there just made a good play in the backfield. Forced to 3rd and 7. Poteau's going to hand it off, and looks like he's going to get dragged down. Looks like it was Gilkey there on the play.
So I don't know what running the first team in. I don't know if they're going to try to kick a field goal or, that'd be a monster field. That's what they're going to do. That's going to be a big-time field goal if he kicks it. But if I'm the head coach at Poteau, this is something that could win a game for you down the road, in the playoffs. So I would definitely do this. Had the leg, just didn't get it through the uprights.
Field goal attempt is no good. The 7-14 left to play in the game against the Pirates. 43.
So the Fort Gibson defense there comes up with another blank.
Yep. Good job by the Tigers. Let's go put one in the end zone here. So
looks like the ball's going to be on the 20-yard line just about.
Not sure. Not sure what's.
Robbie Allen under center. Woodworth in the back. He's going to hand it off to Woodworth, who's going to stutter step and get about 7 yards on the play.
Yeah, Tavian's got some quick feet.
Woodworth on the run once again.
Once again, you're looking at a guy who's been out there since, they kicked the ball off. I mean, the only break he's got is between quarters and halftime.
At the 47-yard line. Second down.
Fort Gibson's going to line up in the I formation this time. Still Woodworth in the back, though. They're going to hand it off to Woodworth again. He's going to follow a couple blockers, and looks like he's going to get the first down.
Yep, good job that time by the O-line.
Tavian Woodworth on the run for the Tigers.
Brandon Morgan getting up a little slow that time.
Brought down by a host of Tiger defenders. That'll be spotted at the 30-yard line. First and 10 for Gibson.
The Fort Gibson O-line doing a better job here, getting blockers up front and creating some space for Woodworth. Allen under center. He hands it off to Woodworth again. Tries to punch it up the middle, but doesn't get much going on the play.
Oh, there's a lot of black jerseys there. Just a big pile, a big mess.
Woodworth once again for Fort Gibson.
2nd and 10. Coming up on 5.5 minutes left in this contest. I'd like to see the Tigers stick one more in the end zone before the night's up.
Lining up in the I formation again. Woodworth in the back. Woodworth gets it again. Tries to break a couple tackles, but can't break free.
Yeah, didn't get much movement that time on the offensive line. A bunch of tired bodies out there. Not much movement at all. So Poteau definitely has proven itself as being for real in this district. I think I heard where Broken Bow was still blanking Hilldale. Wagner having no problems tonight.
Codell Ford's going to take the pitch and try and run it to the outside, but he's only getting about 3 yards on the play.
Yeah, I'll tell you, Poteau, and this is there's some younger kids out there on the field. They run pretty well. They chase the ball. They pursue the ball pretty well.
It's 4th down.
So just looking at their numbers, and I haven't seen a roster. Don't know how many of those guys are juniors, sophomores. I don't know what the breakdown is, but looking at that sideline, I'd say Poteau is probably going to be for real for the next couple of years anyway.
They got a big football team, and they got a good program.
They do have a good program. That's a nice punt. That thing's going to turn over almost.
It's going to take a good bounce. It's going to roll all the way to the 19.
That's a heck of a punt, I'm telling you. That's a big punt.
Down at the 18-yard line.
That might be the best punt we've seen.
Best one I've seen, I'm pretty sure. He got a really good one at Berry Hill that night. Thing went up and turned over, but basically outkicked the coverage. I don't know if the coverage wasn't really hustling down the field or what, but the Berry Hill kid caught it, and man, he'd gone 10 yards before he even ran into any off-colored jerseys. So that was a big boomer, but that was the best one I've seen this year. And that is such a great weapon. In a tight game, a big punt can win or lose the game.
Yeah. One of the best punters I've seen is last year, Michael Dixon from Texas. That guy was amazing. He was probably the best punter I've seen. And I heard he's doing well in the NFL.
Yeah, good kickers. There just aren't that many of them. The guys who are really consistent.
No gain on the play, 2nd down.
It's funny. I'm old enough to remember the transition from the straight-on kicker to the soccer-style kicker. You guys have never even seen a straight-on kicker, but you know, back in the day, those guys would just line up, and they even had like a square-toed kicking shoe that the kicker would wear. So boom, you know, kick the ball with that flat toe. And it's changed so much, so much. The game itself has changed so much.
Third down, please.
Think about guys. I think it was Bear Bryant that said, maybe not Bear, I don't know who it was. It was one of those old school coaches. He said, you know, when you throw the football, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. So that was kind of the theory of football back in those days.
Yeah.
Oh, they're going to throw the ball. I don't know about that. I don't understand that. Uh-oh, what do we got?
Graves there on the coverage, but ball wasn't really thrown anywhere close to the receiver.
No, and I don't know why you're throwing the ball right now. I really don't. You know, 2 minutes to go in the game. It's 43-6. I don't really understand the logic there. I mean, I guess you want to give your JV quarterback a chance to sling it around a little bit, but if I'm a coach, I don't care which side of the sideline I'm on. I want to get my kids in the locker room. I want this thing to be over.
Pirates have a Twitter, an Instagram, and a Facebook. Once again, that's
so Poteau's going to punt it.
Pretty good punt.
So going to bounce down to about the 47.
Yeah, it didn't take a real big Poteau bounce, but that's a pretty good punt.
So the Fort Gibson defense here has really played well in the second half.
Yeah, I think for the most part they played better.
Part of that has to be for Poteau kind of sticking their second squad in.
And Fort Gibson's getting some younger kids in there now, and you know, hey, they deserve to be in here. You know, they practiced out in that 100-degree heat too.
Yeah.
So I mean, the game's out of reach. Poteau's got their young kids in. Hey, put some young kids in there and let them play under the lights. You know.
Yeah.
It's just that much experience they'll have.
Looks like Devin Woodworth, the younger brother of Tavian Woodworth, is going to be in the backfield. He's going to probably take the majority of the reps now, and most likely they're going to hand it off to him and see what he can do. Let the clock wind down. We talked about him a little bit earlier, and is he a freshman?
He is a freshman.
Yeah.
Yes.
So obviously the future for Fort Gibson is still bright. He can run the ball very well.
I don't know what this penalty is, but it's 15 yards. Apparently it's some personal foul. I never even saw the signal. I don't know. But yeah, I think Tavian Woodworth, I think he's going to follow, you know, in his brother's footsteps.
The penalty ball will be spotted at the 38-yard line. First and 10 for Gibson.
Devin Woodworth, excuse me.
Yeah.
Good athlete.
They're going to pitch it off to Devin. He's going to run to the outside and get hit after picking up a few yards.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I'm pretty impressed, really, with those young kids out there for Poteau, chasing the ball really well.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's show our appreciation for our volunteer chain gang this evening. They are volunteers.
So a minute left here in the game, and what can we take away from the second half that Fort Gibson's had?
Well, that we didn't just lay down and quit. You know, I mean, that's always a plus because sometimes that happens, and I don't really think they did. They kept fighting. You know, stuck one in the end zone. They got a score, so that's a plus always. And just you know, there comes a time when you got to say, hey guys, you know, we just got to forget this. We got to forget this game. It's over. It's in the books. Let's get ready.